in and broaden the pelvic floor. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms out, spread your palms, elbows up, shoulder blades down, tailbone forward, sides of the waist back, extend your arms. Draw the shoulder blades down, inject the arm bones into the shoulder sockets, spread the palms from the elbow joints, from the waist, tail forward. Root the outer hips and thighs down as you take the arms up, inhaling. And then lift the ribs up off the hips so you get thinner and longer in the waist between the ribs and hips. And then lift one rib up off the other. Right, continue to lift from the sides of the body. And then what happens is the shoulder blades get pinched at the top. So broaden the shoulder blades at the top and squeeze the armpits more towards each other. Squeeze the elbows towards each other, firming at the triceps. And then slide the sides of the throat back and look up and turn your wrist creases point to each other, pinkies back, thumbs forward, and grip the elbows in. Inner elbows face each other. And then come back to neutral with your head and lift again. Root the outer hips and thighs down and lift. Take an inhale, lift. And then as you exhale, release your arms and turn to your right, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. We'll do a 5-part twist. So draw your chin in towards your chest and keep your shoulders over your hips. Don't turn your head. Just keep your head over your chest. Draw your left knee back to your left hip so your hips stay square to the front. Inhale, lift the rib cage up off the waist, right? And see if you can find evenness on both sides. And then with that lift of the rib cage, as you exhale, turn the skin and flesh of the abdominal region between the hips and the ribs around the spine. So the spine isn't turning, but the flesh is. Okay? Draw the left knee back to the left hip, pull the elbows apart, see that you're in the center of your pelvic floor. Inhale again, lift your ribs up evenly off your hips and waist, and then as you exhale, turn the rib cage. Now, that's the deepest part of this twist in your spine. Bring your right ribs into your spine, left ribs away from your spine. This is your thoracic region, your rib cage turning deeply in this part of your spine. Pull the elbows apart. Draw the left knee back to the left hip. See that you're in the center of your pelvic floor. Inhale, lift everything directly up. And then as you exhale, pull with the hand on the knee and press with the hand behind you and bring your upper back and shoulders deeper into the twist. And it's not like super forceful, right? But it's encouragement, and move with your breath. Okay, draw the left knee back to the left hip, keep the hip square in the center of the pelvic floor. Inhale, lengthen up. And then as you exhale, draw your chin back so your ears are over your shoulders, chin level, and then gently turn your head and neck. And then again, inhale, lengthen up, draw your chin back, and as you exhale, turn your eyes, and then deepen the twist in your whole body. And then inhale, exhale, and release and come back to neutral, to the center. And then come to your fingertips and walk your hands forward. Right? And tuck your chin without dropping your head down. So you take the base of the skull away from the back of the neck and release the muscles at the back of the neck. And then take the tailbone forward towards the pubis, sides of the waist back, as though someone's pulling your hips a little bit back so you get length in your lower back. And if it's comfortable, you can go to flat palms and push down into your hands and forward into your fingers. And take the base of the skull away from the back of the neck, the top of the neck, without letting your bowling ball get too heavy and drop all the way to the ground, right? But keep a nice, even, sort of a nice, gentle rainbow in your spine. Let your head go a little more, Joanna. Head, yeah, more. Tuck your chin in. Yes, like that. Yes. And middle upper back in, Suman. Middle upper back in. Yes. Widen your hands a bit. Yeah. Good. Keep moving that part in. Yes. Good. And then pull your waist back towards your spine in a kind of a long, hollow way instead of a narrow way, right? And use that to help you walk up about halfway. And then you walk over to your right knee, one hand on either side. Be on your fingertips. Drop your left sitting bone down. Come up a little higher, Joanna. Yeah, like so. So it's concave, like extended back and then folding. Now drop the hip and then lift the ribs and everything straight up and then turn from that part in the waist. And then you start to walk in the direction of the knee, right? And even out the ribs. So the left ribs kind of lag behind, right? So you have to turn. It's a twist and a forward bend. Turn in the direction of the knee and bring the left ribs around as you come down over your right knee. Don't overturn your head. Yeah. Palms flat if that's comfortable. Yep. Then you can push down into your hands, forward into your fingers, and root your left buttocks more down. Keep the shoulder blades broad and breathe. Good. Yes. Very good. And then to come up, draw the waist back for support. Walk up to your fingertips about halfway. Walk through center to the other knee, left knee. One hand on each side of the knee. And then drop your right sitting bone down and then lift up and find evenness on both sides of your rib cage and turn. And then look towards the direction of your knee, right? Keeping your chin in as you go. And then you have to roll the right ribs around as you go. Yes, good. And be here and breathe. And again, push into your hands, drop the right sitting bone down. Get that length. Personally, I love these. I think you could do this every day as your practice. I say that about a lot of things, but you can pick one thing and do that for a while until you get bored and then pick another thing, right? Or bored, or you go, wow, this is great, but I have to move on. Okay, now pull the waist in, walk up halfway onto your fingertips and come back to the center. And then again, so you kind of draw the sides of the waist back hollow and get length in the parts of the spine that are moved in and tight, right? And the parts that move out, you have to move those in and forward to get length, right? And then you come down in the middle. Yeah. Tuck your chin a little more, Emily. Yeah, more. Yes. And don't drop the head too much. Yes. Yeah. Good, Suman. Wider hands. Yeah, more towards the outer edge of your shoulders. And keep your wrists down and turn your hands a little out. A little bit, just a little. That's too much. Yeah, just a little. Yeah, and don't overextend the thumbs, but spread the other, especially the middle three fingers more. Yeah, you can extend the thumbs a little so it's even. Find evenness. Yeah, in all the fingers. And roll to the inner edge of the fingers, especially on the left. And the inner edge of the left wrist and thumb down, outer edge of the thumb. The thumbs are always the outer edge. The thumbs turn differently than the fingers. Yes. Good. Now move the spine in towards the head. Yes. Good. All right. And then pull the waist in and walk up. Okay. Now turn, sitting upright, turn to your right. Okay. Then you can walk a little bit to the right. You're going to hook your left elbow over your right knee. You can use a block here. Have a block handy. And you can put your right hand on the block and your elbow over the wrist and push down into that block to lift up and turn. Hooking the left elbow over the right knee. Yeah, like that. Exactly. And then you have to drop your left sitting bone down. Yeah. And then maybe you can bring your right hand onto the left and you get your wrists in between your elbows and push down and turn up and look up beyond your right elbow. Good. Look beyond your elbow. Good. And you push the top elbow into the bottom elbow to lift and turn. Don't sink. And extend, tail to head. Good. And then release. Come back. Come down one more time in the middle. Oof. Yeah. Good. Head supported is good. I know, I got a little dizzy. Okay, and then go ahead and come up when you're ready, pulling your waist in to come up and extend your legs and loosen. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And don't forget to breathe. And we'll do the other side. Woo. Okay, so opposite crossing. Roll the thighs, front thighs in, back thighs out, broaden the pelvic floor. Paravatasana. You're going to take bound fingers, change the interlace of your fingers also. And turn your palms out, spread. And tailbone forward, sides of the waist back, shoulders over the hips, ribs over the hips, lean back a little too much. And hands a little down. Hands, yes. And shoulder blades down. Yes. Good. Firm your waist and then extend your arms. Roll from the elbow tips across the front of the forearm to the thumb side of the wrist. Draw the outer edge of the upper arm down and squeeze the elbows in as you inject the shoulders, the upper arms into the shoulder sockets. Once again, sides of the waist back, tailbone forward, firm. Root the outer hips and thighs down and inhale, take your arms up. And when you meet some resistance, stop there. Root the outer hips and thighs down, and then lift the ribs up. Get longer and leaner in your little waist between your hips and ribs. Yes. And then lengthen the ribs up, one up off the other. Good. Get the length in the side body. Yes. Good. That's it. Squeeze the elbows, turn the hands, and broaden the shoulder blades, and bring the armpits towards each other as you squeeze the elbows in. Squeeze the elbows. Take the head back and look up. And then turn, the wrist creases point to each other, pinkies back, thumbs forward, open the base knuckles of the fingers and firm the elbows in. Inner elbows face each other, and then take your head back. Good, and lift up again. Root the hips and lift. Lift and squeeze. Take a breath, exhale, undo, float your arms. Bring your right arm across to your left knee, left hand behind you for our 3-part twist, 5-part twist. Right knee, right hip, so the hips stay square, pull the elbows apart. You're in the center of the pelvic floor. Inhale, you lengthen everything up, and then find that lift of the ribs up off the waist, so that belly button part of the waist, you turn the skin, the flesh, and the organs around. Ooh, the spine. Okay, yeah. Draw the right knee back to the right hip, pull the elbows apart, center of the pelvic floor. Inhale, you lift everything up, right and left side evenly. Right, and then exhale, it's the thoracic part of the spine twisting. So now the right ribs move away from the spine towards the middle of the room. The left ribs move in towards the spine, and that's the deepest part of the twist in the spinal column. Pull the elbows apart. Draw the right knee back to the right hip. Be in the center of your pelvic floor. Inhale, lengthen up evenly. And then as you exhale, good, keep that length. And pull with the hand on the knee and press with the hand behind you, and bring your shoulders and upper back deeper into the twist. Good. Right knee back to right hip, be in the center of the pelvic floor. Don't drop the sacrum back. Stay lifted. Yes, yes. Good. Draw the chin back, right? And lengthen the back of the neck. Chin back, lengthen. More, Suman. Yes, that much. Yeah. And then inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, turn your head. Oh, and then draw your chin up, Susan, and back when you're ready. Yeah. Chin back, chin, yes. Roll the left shoulder back. Yes. Bring the right shoulder towards Margie, any amount. Yes. And then turn the gaze and deepen the twist. Turn the gaze. Yes. Stay lifted. Don't crimp any side. Go more to your left butt, Suman, and drop your left knee down. And go towards, yes. Yes. Okay. And then gently release and come back. So you can see how important it is that you don't get crimped when you turn, right? You want to be even as you turn and lifted, so you create more space, not more constriction, okay? And then we go forward. Elongate the back of the neck, pull the waist in, following. So you rock the hips back a little. So you get length in your lower back, which goes in naturally. So you want to get more length. You know, you're not trying to take the curve out of your lower back, right? You can't. I mean, you can a little, but you're trying to get more length in the muscles around the lower back, right? And then the upper back moves out. So in order to get more length, you have to move that in a little, right? And then you come down slowly, push it down into the hands, forward into the fingers, like we do in down dog. From the elbows in, broaden the shoulder blades, wrap the triceps around towards each other in the front. And breathe into the back of your body. Yeah, stay there, Susan, and then take the upper back in and forward, and don't drop the head so much. Yes, tuck your chin though. Tuck your chin and draw your chin back. Yes, that's retraction. And maintain that as you move the spine in towards the sternum and forward towards the hands in the upper back. Yes, 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 and be there and breathe. Good. Okay, and then you pull your waist in and walk up halfway onto your fingertips and go to your left knee. One hand on either side of the left knee. Drop the right sitting bone down and elongate both sides evenly and turn. Look towards your knee. Look at your knee, right? So even as you go, look towards your knee, right, without dropping your head. And push into your hands and see if you can drop that right sitting bone down, even as you go in that direction. Yeah, roll the right ribs around. Yes. Squeeze your elbows in towards each other and up towards the ceiling as you broaden the shoulder blades. Yes. And move your middle upper back in here as well. Yes. Oh, and keep dropping the right hip, which creeps up. Okay, pull the waist in, walk up about halfway, come to your fingertips, walk through center to your other knee, right knee, one hand on either side. Drop the sitting bone of the left buttock. Lift and extend both sides evenly, and then turn the flesh around the spine as you come down in the direction of the knee. Now the left ribs have to roll around, push down into the hands, forward into the fingers, and keep pushing that left buttocks down as you take your head down towards your knee. Yeah, left ribs around. Don't forget about the left ribs. Yeah, and keep the left buttock gripping, not gripping, but dropping down, left buttock down, so you can use your hands to push back. And also draw your waist in more on that side for support. Good. Yep. And then draw the waist in and curl up a little bit halfway, come back to the center, right? And then you'll go forward in the center. Broaden the shoulder blades from the elbows in and up. Follow the abdomen, push down and forward so the buttocks moves back even as you extend your torso forward and down. Yeah, tuck your chin more, Susan, more, and take the base of the skull away from the very top of the neck as you do that. Yeah, and then move the upper back in and forward. Yeah, good, and keep going in that direction. Yes, good. And then draw your waist in and walk yourself up. And then you have a block on your right-hand side, right? And then you'll turn to your, left-hand side, turn to your left, right hand to left knee, right? Left hand behind, okay? Then you can put your left hand on the block and you're gonna hook, and you can use the block, I think this height is good. Then you can push down. And you turn and you're gonna hook your right elbow over the left knee and have prayer position, right? And then you can come to the fingertip and then you have to drop that right sitting bone down, draw the waist back. And then maybe you can bring your left hand on top of the right, draw the wrist back in between the elbows, push down, top elbow through the wrist to the bottom elbow, fingers point up towards the chin. And then you look up beyond your left elbow. Yes, good. Be there and breathe. Pull your wrist back a little in towards your chest. Yeah, good. Right, feel that. Push down and lift up. Yes, lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Yes, keep going. Keep going. Yes, keep going. Yes, good. Okay, untwist. Take a breath. Walk forward and rest your head, maybe either on your forearms or on a block or on the ground. Take a few breaths. Good, Suman. Yes. Look at your fingers of the right hand. You're spockifying. Yeah, there you go. Good. So even spread of the fingers, yeah, helps the arm action. Yeah, good. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can draw your waist in to come up and extend your leg and loosen up. Okay, it's a squeeze and release class. All right, so then we'll sit in Vajrasana and go to Virasana. So it is always nice to have a blanket under the shins. And then you can have a blanket handy or block or bolster, whatever you need for Virasana. First is Vajrasana, sitting on the heels, knees together, draw the outer ankles in as you sit back. So you're trying to elongate the inner and outer ankles and feet evenly. Thunderbolt, rock, diamond, firm. This is a very good pose for grounding, earth pose, earth element, good for the Muladhara chakra. Shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, tailbone a little forward, sides of the waist back. Let your shoulders drop down into your hips, ears over your shoulders. Let the legs deflate. And then we'll do chest opener here, right? So lift your shoulders and roll them back, and then interlace your fingers behind you. And keep your shoulders lifted up to your ears. Shoulders up, and bring your hands up towards your middle back. Yes, and then lift your chest and not your chin. Yes, and then extend your arms, rolling the shoulders back, and then bend. And then straighten. And do this several thousand times until you're healed completely. No. That might have not a good effect. And when you take your shoulders back and down, draw your shoulder blade, inner edge. Yes, Emily, especially the left one. And turn towards your friend a little. Yeah. Okay, good. Now keep your arms down, okay? And then tailbone forward, sides of the waist back. And then lift your arms up, arms stay straight, okay? And see how that pitches you forward, right? So then find that reverse C in the armpit chest, inner edge of the shoulder blades down, even as you lift the arms up. Tailbone forward, sides of the waist back, arms up. Armpit chest, inner edge of the shoulder blades down, arms up. Tail forward, sides of the waist back. Armpit chest, inner edge of the shoulder blades down. Release. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Good. And loosen and roll. Okay. Then you'll come up, bring your feet just a little bit apart, knees together, draw the outer ankles in. Now your sitting bones come down in between your heels, but you're still sitting on your heels. Still sitting on your heels, just a little bit wider in the feet. Then we repeat that, just change the interlace behind you. Lift your shoulders up so you can get them back more. And then change the interlace. Ease the shoulders back, lift the chest, and then you straighten and bend a few times. Whew. Okay, and then you stay straight. Stay straight, and then you take your arms up a little, right? And then find that reverse in the armpit, chest, tailbone forward, sides of the waist back, inner edge of the shoulder blades down, even as you lift the arms up. And then that reverse in the armpit, chest, inner edge of the shoulder blades down, tailbone forward, sides of the waist back. One more time. Reverse C. Inner edge of the shoulder blades down, tail forward, sides of the waist back. Arms up. Sit down. Yes. Lean back a little. Yes. Inner edge of the shoulder blades down. Yes. Arms up. Inner edge of the shoulder blades down. Yeah. Without losing the arm. I know. And then slowly release. Okay, good. And loosen. Okay. Then it's Virasana. So you have your support. Knees together, feet apart. Dig the flesh back. Hollow the backs of your knees a little by taking the calf flesh and then just pull it kind of straight back so you separate the gastrocnemius, two parts, and you kind of deflate the soleus, the deeper part of the calf, as you sit back. Not overly pulling the calf out because then you pull too much on your inner knee tendon. So don't pull it. No, don't do that. Just straight back and look at here. Sorry, can you remind me, Joanna? I don't know why. Like this with your finger behind your knee. Yes, pull that flesh straight back. Pull it and keep going. Slide your hands down. Slide your hands down and keep going. Yes. Then sit back on your blanket. Use your blanket. Pull that blanket. Yep. And sit on that blanket. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. And then you don't have to squeeze your legs together. You want your thigh bones pointing straight ahead. Lift one knee so you pull that skin and flesh up so the inner knee doesn't pull down. Right? I mean, you don't want to hang out on your inner knees. You want to hang out more on your outer knees and shins. So right, your lower legs, your whole leg, internal rotation. So you don't want to be hanging out on the inner shin, more on the outer knee, outer foot, outer shin, so it's even. Okay. We won't use a belt for this, but you can if you want to. If you have your belt handy, you can use it. Okay. And then take your right arm up. Good. Grip this elbow. Yes, Joanna, grip this elbow here, not the wrist. Yeah, right. No, that's below the elbow, the tricep below. There, that's the tricep. That's what straightens the elbow, like the quadricep straightens the knee. Grip that, any amount. Yes, any amount. Keep doing that. Yes, that much and more. Yes, I know. Inner edge of the shoulder blade down, ribs even. Ribs even. Yep. And this side lifted, same. Yeah, not from the shoulder, from the ribs. Yes, lift. Good. And then bend. Right. And then it sort of ends up in the middle of your back. Right. And then what happens is the top edge of the shoulder blade pinches in and the armpit goes this way. So you want to bring the armpit this way, top edge of the shoulder blade that way, and bring your hand more out. So you can use your left hand to help turn and then walk your hand down and see if you can grab your shoulder blade and then turn. Look here, Simone. Bring your hand more to the outer edge of it. Yes. That's external rotation of that arm. Okay. And that's what you need for headstand and handstand and forearm balance and all the back bends and down dog. Lift both sides evenly and lift this arm with its own effort. Keep walking that hand to the outside edge of the shoulder blade. Yes. And broaden the shoulder blades at the tops, right? Yeah. Good, Susan. Yeah. Is it too much on your toe to do that? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. And then inhale, extend your arm up, and exhale, lower your arm down. Okay. And you can always go higher, for right, get higher if you want, like on a block and a blanket, or even 2 blocks. Okay, other arm. I know it. I know it's gotten stuck in another position. And then when you lift, see, this kind of thing is happening. So you've got to lift both sides evenly and keep the yes, grip the elbow and look at the hand and wrist as it's doing. If you're doing something like this, you're cutting off the energy in a certain way, so you want to have straight lines of energy, right? And inner edge of the shoulder blade down even as you take the arm up. Yes, good. And then bend, and then walk the hand out. Take the armpit in, shoulder blades broad. You can use your right hand to help turn and lift. And stay there. And this, we have a name for this. What is the name for this? It is Gomukhasana arms, but it's also tapas, right? It's tapas. It's austerities. It's heat. It's like it's not easy, right? I do this every morning, 3 times on each side now. It kills, but it's better and better and better, Otherwise, it's worse and worse and worse. I guarantee you, it is. Okay. There's no sitting on the fence. My guru used to say that. You're either climbing up the hill or you're rolling down, and it's so much easier to roll down than it is to climb up. Not that you should hurt yourself, right? But find something to work on and just have that be a little bit playful and interesting. Okay, extend and lower. Okay, bottom arm, the Gomukhasana. Gomukhasana means cow's head pose. So you turn your, so now that was external rotation. Take the arm up, external. This is internal, in, out, right? In towards the middle. So you bend, and then this arm is your binding arm, right? This is the arm we use to bind. Okay, so this binding arm. So we're working both binding and extending, right? So, but now you don't want to pull it all the way here, but you can use this hand to help shimmy this arm up towards the middle of the back. Don't torque the wrist. Have the wrist crease even in the hand, right? And then find how this shoulder stays stuck in internal rotation. So use your left hand to lift it up a little, roll it back a little, right? And then kind of find that shoulder blade and firm it on the back and draw it down. Okay, and that's the bottom arm of Gomukhasana. Yeah. Now take your left arm up, turn your palm back, already start to externally rotate, and then see if you can touch. Oh, yeah. It's okay if you can't touch. Keep lifting the top arm and turning that. Good, and breathe. Yeah, and you could use a rope here if you wanted to. Okay, adjust your rib cage. Drop your buttocks, Emily, and take your lower ribs back. Okay. And then inhale, take the top arm up, out to the side, bottom arm out to the side, and turn both arms into external rotation. Grip the elbows and lift. Yeah. Shoulder blades down, elbows up. Good. And release. Now the left arm. Right? Using that reverse scoliosis. Yeah. So let it be soft, like a piece of spaghetti, not just the wrist, but the elbow and the shoulder, turning it in into internal rotation. And then you can use the right arm to bring it and shimmy it up. Right? And then you feel how the shoulder rolls in, right? So you lift it up. Oh, that was my tight one. And you roll it back, right? And you're trying to get this arm a little bit more across. Yeah, hiding behind. Yeah. And then you kind of push the wrist up a little as you're able. Okay, that's good. And roll the shoulder. Good. Take a couple of breaths. Feel the evenness. And then take your right arm up. Turn your palm back. Bend. And maybe you can touch. This side might be easier because it's your left, my right. Yeah. Good. Most of us are righties. Heidi on the righty. Yeah. Okay. Breathe, smile. Breathe and smile. Internal smile. Good. And then extend. Top arm out to the side, bottom arm out to the side, external rotation. Good. So now you turn this right one into internal, left one stays in external, and then you change arms. Good. Head side to side. Draw the chin back, head up. Oh, I like to do a little side to side. Come down, chin to chest. Maybe a little side to side. Come to neutral, lift your arm, top arm up with the strength, with it bent. Yes, maintain that lift even as it's extended, right? And then extend. So now this arm is an external rotation. This arm is an internal rotation, right? Now, this is my tight one. So I'm going to use this arm to shimmy it up, right? You might need to use, this might be your tight one. You might need to use this arm, right? And then you can bring this arm. So you can use one arm to assist the tighter arm, okay? Good. Draw the chin back, side to side. Draw the chin up, arch the upper back, elongate the back of the neck, maybe side to side. Ooh. Lengthen the back of the neck as you bring the chin down, maybe side to side. Okay, come to neutral. Lift the top arm up, even the sides. Good. And changing one more time. Turn the arms, use whichever arm is needed to assist the other arm. Go head up, down. And then if you're into it, you watch me for a second. You can draw the waist back, throw the head in, and see about going down towards a forward bend. And pull the waist in when you're ready to come up. Good. And lift your top arm up, come back, and then change. So now your left arm is an internal, right arm external. Change arms. Draw the chin back, head up. Neutral, draw the chin back, head down. And then draw the waist back and start to go into that forward bend if you feel comfortable. And draw the waist back to come up. And extend the arms. Both arms, external rotation. Elbows up, shoulders down. And then release. Good. Okay, now coming out. Oh, hands and knees. Then you lift your legs up one by one, cross the feet at the ankles, walk back, sit on that blanket, and then take your feet apart. And so the inner edge of the feet come together and knees apart, body corner. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I know. Sit up on something. Sit up on something. Yeah. So you should be, yeah, like that is better. Yeah. And bring your feet lower, maybe. Bring your feet on the mat and bring your buttocks more forward. So your hips are a little higher. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That's it. Good. And then twist to your right. One hand behind, one hand can be on the knee or what have you. Good. Come back to the center. Twist to your left. Oh boy. Lean back a little, Margie, towards your right hip also. Yeah, there you go. One more time. Twist, other side. And twist. Try not to lean back in your pelvis. Draw your sacrum in enough. Yes. Good. Come back. Now you can hold, right hand holds left foot. You can bring your right elbow towards your left thigh. Oh boy. And then turn your head up towards the ceiling and roll your left shoulder back. It's a little side bend. Other side. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Roll your top shoulder back. Top shoulder back. Yep. That's a bit of a back bend rather than a forward bend when you do that. Side bend is more of a back bend than a forward bend. And change. Wow. And as you do it, see if you can, your left knee pops up a little, right? So try to reach the left knee out and down as you do. Yes. Other side. So the side you're leaning away from, you extend that leg. Yeah. And turn up towards the ceiling. Yeah. And your sacrum though you can't rock your sacrum back, right? Your sacrum has to rock in as you turn. Yes. Yes. And then you can change sides and add the arm. Oh, the top arm. Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. And then you turn towards the ceiling and look up under the top arm. Yes, Suman. Yeah. Feels good, right? No? Yes. It hurts, but it's good. It's like, whoa, dude. Whoa. This is my little morning routine lately. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. It gets so tight there. So tight. Yeah. You're welcome. And then you come forward. And then you come forward. Yeah. When you're ready. Aren't you happy? You have such a good friend in Emily. Okay. Joanna. Yes. Okay. And then you come up and extend your legs and loosen them. You can give them a little massage. Whoa. It's a good beginning. Okay. Yes, or pounding, whatever you need. Okay. So then we're going to go into Adho Mukha Virasana, to down dog, to Uttanasana, etc. So let us, if you want props for this, you can keep them. I'm going to remove things from my mat. You might still want something for Virasana forward. So you come towards the back of the mat, big toes together, knees apart, sit on your heels, and then you fold forward, right? So then your pelvis comes down in between your thighs, and you bring your hands on the ground, and then you start to walk forward, right? And as you walk forward, you keep pressing your hands into the mat and keep your buttocks on your heels, right? Don't let your buttocks fly up. You can curl the tailbone in a little bit. Elongate the back of your neck, curl the chin in towards the notch at the clavicles. And not to pinch the top edge of the shoulder blades together, right? So you broaden the top edge of the shoulder blades and roll the armpits towards each other as you roll the triceps around towards each other, the bottom of the upper arm and the inner elbows towards each other, right? And shimmy your ribs down in between your thighs and imagine someone's gently pressing your shoulder blades onto your back to bring your armpit chest closer to the ground. And then tuck your chin in towards the clavicles and bring the forehead down if that's comfortable at the hairline. And breathe. Good. Oof. Yeah, good, Joanna. Be there and breathe. Keep a little wider in your knees, Susan, if possible. Yeah, a little more space. Keep broad here. Yeah. And if I'm crushing your toe or something, let me know. Good. And then come up onto your hands and knees for Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Hands a little forward of the shoulders, fingers spread. Press down into the hands, forward into the fingers. And suck the palms up through the arms into the shoulder sockets, right? As you spread your fingers. So energetically, you're lifting up, as muscularly, you're pushing down. Bring your hands a little forward of your shoulders, more forward. Yeah. And then firm your triceps in towards each other, right? And push your buttocks back towards your heels. Curl your toes under. Draw your outer ankles in and go all the way back for a moment, like a little puppy dog. Toes curled under, if that's okay for your toes. If not, you can point. Yeah. So don't round your spine there. If you're able, you lengthen, right? And you take your chest in towards your thighs. Yes. Tuck your chin, Susan. Yeah. That's it. Good. And then coming forward a little bit, but push back towards your heels. Firm your arm muscles in towards each other. Push down into your hands, forward into your fingers. Draw your outer ankles in. Push down into the ball end of the feet and lift your knees and hips up. And come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, keeping your chest back towards your thighs. Okay. Push down into your hands, forward into your fingers from your shoulder blades. Wrap your triceps around towards each other, inner elbows towards each other and a little up towards the ceiling. Broaden the top edge of the shoulder blades. Now find your inner thighs all the way up at the pelvic floor, widen there, and move those inner groins back and the outer hips back. So that pulls your hips away from your rib cage, getting more length in that little skinny part of your waist. Reach your heels back and down and towards the outer edges of the feet as you lift the fronts of the legs up, kneecaps, and then take the whole circumference of the thigh bone and the whole leg back. Release the head down. Be there and breathe. Arms stay straight. That's it. Just like that. Okay. Good. And then ribs a little this way. Take your ribs towards the back body. Here, this way. Yeah, like that. Yes. There you go. Good. Use your legs more. Yeah. Good. Lift the legs up and take the leg back. Yeah. This goes this way, not this way. Yes. Good. Okay. Walk your feet forward, hands back. We're going to go into squat. So you can use something under your heels if needed. Turn your feet out, knees out, and come down. Yeah. Maybe go a little less wide with your feet, Emily, if possible. Okay. Right. So. And you can have something under your heels if need be. I would take something maybe under your heels or. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then you're going to push your knees apart with your elbows, bring your palms into prayer. And then you bring your wrists down in between your elbows. Yeah. Not lower than your elbows. Yeah. A little lower. And then pushing the knees apart, drop your buttocks down and lift your torso up. Yes. Good. Yep. That's it. Can you drop your buttocks down more and lean back, Susan? Tuck your chin. Yes. And drop your buttocks. If it touches the ground, that would be okay. Right? And so instead of this, look here, instead of this, yeah, there you go. Good. Okay. Now bring your hands on the ground and then you come up about halfway and then you can walk your hands back. So your knees and feet still turn out and let your frontal hip points come down in between your thighs and your torso drop down like we did in Virasana forward, right? Then bring your hands on the ground and turn your feet in. And still keep your feet wide and pull your knees apart so you roll to the outer edge of the feet and drop down again. Let your whole torso release down. Then bring your hands a little more back and start to straighten your legs up. So you kind of pinch your frontal hip points and lower belly in between your thighs. Start to open the backs of your legs. Good. Yeah, beautiful. Widen your inner legs more, Susan. More. Go wide as you can. Widen your knees. Wider, wider. Yep. And then drop your torso down. Roll to the outer feet even. Yes, and widen your inner thighs. Any amount. Yes. Now you're getting them. Yes. Then you start to straighten. Yeah. Good. And then bring your feet more outer hip width. Right? And then come to your fingertips and look up. We're getting ready to come up. Draw the waist in, belly towards the spine. Lift your hamstrings up to your sitting bones. Bring your sitting bones down towards your heels. Lift your head up. Good. Now take your arms back and then lift your torso up and look up. Yeah, and stay there and breathe. Yeah, good. Shift your weight. Stay there. Shift your weight forward towards the balls of your feet. Yes, as much as you can. As much as you can forward, even if your heels lift up a little. Now lift your kneecaps. Straighten your legs completely. Good. Now roll your chest up more. Chin up. Chest up. Roll your shoulders up. Lift your chin more, Suman. Yes, that's it. Upper back. Good. That's it. Draw the waist in. And then inhaling, coming up, buttocks down, hamstrings up. But don't push your inner groins forward. Come all the way up. And turn your palms to face your hips. Good. All the way up. Hips up. Upright. Yes. Good. Okay. And then we'll do some sun salutation. So have handy a blanket for your knees, possibly one for your hips, and a couple of blocks, okay, in the front. And stand in Tadasana. Pull your arms down, pull your kneecaps up. Inner groins back as you take the tailbone forward and lift the pelvic floor from the inner feet through the inner legs to the pelvic floor. Outer hips root down to the outer feet. So you neutralize your pelvis. So lift your belly in and up a little. Lower belly. But not to push your groins forward. Keep the inner groins back. Any amount is never enough. Yeah. You want your groin pit as deep as your armpit. Yeah. Good. That's it. Pull the arms a little back. And lift the armpit, chest up. Yes. Beautiful. Eyes soft, face soft, jaw soft, throat soft. Pull your arms a little back, Susan. More back and down. Yes. Good. Yes. Inhale, take your arms up. And stay here and breathe. Root the outer hips down to the outer feet. Lift the pinky side of the arm up any amount and soften the thumb side of the arm down. Don't pull it down. Just keep lifting the front and squeeze the elbows in. Slide the sides of the throat back and look up. Arch your upper back. Bring your fingers all the way together and palms together if you can with arms straight. And then exhale, swing your arms back and take your head forward just like we did before. Good. Shift the weight forward towards the balls of the feet. Good. Come a little lower. Yes. Chest up. Good. And then exhale and release all the way over. Soften the knees a little forward and release the buttocks away from the sides of the sacrum and come down to the outer feet as you take the inner legs up to the base of the pelvis and broaden the pelvic floor. Yeah, widen your feet a little, Suman. That's good. Widen your inner knees a little. Just your, widen your inner thighs and knees. Yeah. Yes, go wider in your inner thighs. Just, yes. And release your torso. Yes. And then you can start to straighten without losing that. Okay. And then coming up onto your fingertips, head up, look up, and draw your waist in from your outer hips and step your right leg back. Lower your knee. Point your toe. Here's where if you want something under your knee, you can take it. Now, keep your fingertips on the ground and just sink your left knee forward of your toes in a low lunge. Yep. And lift your torso up. Yes. Really, Susan does this very well, and Margie. Maybe because they've been with me so long. And yes, good. Yes. Yeah, everybody's doing great. Yeah. They're stretching the front of the right groin, right? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Push back. Left knee over the left ankle. Curl the right toes under. Come to high lunge. Firm the right leg. Firm the outer hips. Firm the waist. Look at your foot. Flat palm, step back. Straight arm chaturanga. Push-up position. Roll the front thighs in and draw the outer feet to the outer hips. Right? Firm the hips and extend the torso forward. Hold it and breathe. Good. Yeah. Tuck your chin, Susan. Down. Head down. Yes. There you go. Exhale. Swing your hips up, down dog. Widen the buttocks away from the sides of the sacrum and root them down to the outer feet. And lift the inner feet and legs up to the pelvic floor. Roll the inner groins back, outer hips back. Pull the hips back away from the rib cage. Good. Straight elbows. Squeeze the elbows in and up. Yes. Good. Now lift your heels. Look forward. Bring your right leg forward. You can lower both knees down if you want to do that, right? And then you're going to gently lower your left knee down and sink your right knee forward of your toes. Yeah, and open the front of your left groin. Now roll your left buttock around, Susan. Yes, and outer right knee to outer right hip. There you go. Good. Good. And bring your left leg maybe a little wider. Knee, not the foot. The knee. Yeah, there you go. And keep your heel, your right heel, grounded. Right. So push into it strongly. Yes. Yes. Good. And lift your chest. Yes. Good. Beautiful. Now push back. So you come to high lunge, right knee over the right ankle, fingertips in line with toe tips. Draw the waist in, firm the outer hips, curl the left toes under, look down, and then exhale, step forward, Uttanasana. Release the torso down. Broaden the buttocks and the pelvic floor. And then look forward, come to your fingertips and take your arms back, chest forward. Good. Pull your waist in. Lift your chest up. Be towards the feet. Lift your kneecaps up. Good. And then inhale and come up, arms up. Inner groins back. Yes. Sides of the throat back. Look up. Palms together if you can. Exhale and lower your arms. Good. We'll do that on the left. Okay. Inhale, arms up. Look up. Exhale, swing the arms back, chest forward, pause. Draw the waist up. Take the weight forward, Suman. Soften the knees a little, maybe. Yes. And lean forward. Yes. Good. Root the heels down. Yes. Good. And then bring your hands down. Soften your knees forward and release. Widen the buttocks, widen the pelvic floor, hollow abdomen. And then come to your fingertips. Head up, inhale, left leg back, knee down, toe point, sink the hips forward. Good. Okay, and then coming back to a high lunge, keep your left knee down, keep your left fingertips down, bring your right hand on your right knee, bring your left shoulder towards your right knee and turn to look over your right shoulder. It's a twist. Other way, Suman. Yeah. That's it. And then take your right arm up. Good. And then sink your hips forward and down. Maybe come to your flat palm. Then sink your hips forward and down. And bring your left shoulder and right knee towards each other. Good. Yes. And then come back. Now, walk your right foot a little more out to the side. And then walk your left hand more forward, a little bit more forward. Lift your left leg up and then spiral so you're on the outside edge of your left leg. Oh. And then stretch out that left side. Don't come all the way down. Yeah, stay standing on your right foot. Yes. Move, yes, and straighten your left leg. Yes, and then you can start to lower it down. Bring your right hand, you can bring your right hand on your right thigh and turn and look at your left foot. Yes. Good. Come back to the center. See if you can bring your right foot parallel. Sink your hips forward and down. And then you're going to bring your left elbow on the ground and then your right elbow on the ground and sink your hips down in between on the inside of your right leg. Yes. Crocodile. Good. Yes. Okay. And then push yourself up. Sit back on your heel for a moment, extending over your right leg. Yes. Good. Okay, and then come forward and step back. Straight arm chaturanga. Firm waist. Firm arms. Extended torso and legs. Look down between your hands. Take your chest more forward of your hands, Emily. Chest forward through your arms. Yes, more. Heels back, chest forward. Yes. Good. Exhale, down dog. Hips back. Press down into the hands, forward into the fingers, from the elbows in and up. Lift the knees. And pull the hips back, away from the ribs, using the legs. Okay. And then you come up onto the balls of the feet. You can lower both knees or just bring your left leg forward and then lower your right knee down. So however you want to get to a low lunge. Sink your hips forward and down. All righty then. She's killing us. Okay. All the prep, you never get to the pose. Sorry. No, we will. But these are good too. Yay? Yay. Yes. Okay. Push back a little. Stay on your fingertips, left hand to left knee, right shoulder towards the left knee. And then sink a little into low lunge. You can bring that palm flat. Sink into low lunge. Bring the left knee and right shoulder towards each other. And then take your left arm up. Yeah. Good. Good. And then bring that hand down. Okay. Scoot your left leg out to the side a little. Yeah. Now bring your right hand a little bit forward. Lift your right leg up and then spiral to the outside edge of the right leg. You can turn your left foot a little out to the side. And then you sink a little bit and stretch out the right side of your waist, leg. Yeah, and then you can rest your left arm on your left leg and turn and look back at your left foot. This is the twisty lizard, not the tasty lizard. And then you come back and then you sink your hips down, try to bring your left foot parallel if you can, right elbow, left elbow, sink your torso and everything down on the inside of your left leg. Yeah, bring your, so Joanna, see how I'm in low lunge? Your foot's in front of your knee, bring it behind your knee. Yeah, you can walk your torso and everything forward, walk your back leg forward. Yeah, there you go, that's better. Yeah, so it's low lunge, not high lunge. So the knee can come forward of the toes even more. Crawl your back leg forward. There you go. Now you're good. Yes. Okay. Okay. And then crawl yourself out of that. Come to high lunge. Oof. Step forward. Uttanasana. Release the torso down. Inhale, come up halfway. Take your arms up, back, chest forward, and stay there. Grip your knees now. Shift your weight forward, Suman. Yes, as you root the heels down. And lift your shoulders up, chest up. Yes. Good. Beautiful. Good. Arms down, Emily, palms up, chest up more. Yes. Head up. Look forward. Yes. Now roll the sitting bones down, lift the pubic up. Don't push the groins forward. Inner groins stay back. Yes. Lift your arms up. Yes. Lift your arms up. Squeeze the elbows in. Yes. Head back, look up, and then exhale, lower your arms. Very good. Okay, so we'll just, yeah, let's do Prasarita Pradoshanasana. That'll be our headstand, and then we'll sit down, okay? So turn and face the Zoom guys. Bring your heels to the back of the mat, have a block or whatever you need for your head. Bring your feet a comfortable distance so you can do your forward bend. So at least to your wrists, if not to your fingertips, okay? Hands to your hips. Good, feet parallel. Lift your kneecaps up, roll your inner thighs a little back. Don't overdo these actions because already your outer hips are pinned in and everything is a little tight, but inner groin back, tailbone forward. So you take your pelvis more and more neutral, right? Lift your shoulders, roll them back, squeeze your elbows towards each other, hands on the hips. And then rooting from your outer buttocks to your outer feet, lift your inner feet to your pelvic floor, and then absorb your upper back and inhale, look up, head up, and then maintain that position of your head as you exhale, come forward and bring your fingertips on the ground. Now widen your inner thighs, pull your hips back and extend your torso forward. Stay here and breathe. Yes. Bring your shoulders back as you bring your chest and chin forward, like cobra, up dog. Yeah. Chin up more, Joanna. Chin up. Yes. Pull your chest forward through your arms. Not your arms, your chest. Yes. And then from here, you exhale and release your head down and walk your hands back and come to your tripod headstand. Good. And you can bring your hands back a teeny bit more. Joanna, you can widen your legs a teeny bit more. And Suman, maybe wider legs. Yeah. Good. And Susan, maybe wider legs. Yeah. Good. Yeah, try that. Better. You have long legs, lady. Long-legged lady. Yeah, don't pull your head through so much. Bring your head, yeah, instead walk your hands beyond your mat a little bit, maybe. Walk your hands back a little towards Margie. Yep. Yes. Good. And then move your spine here, this way, in. But you can bring your hands forward if you need to, but move the spine in. Yes. And then shoulders up. Yes. Yes. Don't push your spine out. Yes. That's better. Don't pull your head too much through because then your head and neck are not in line with the rest of the spine. So this has to go that way. This has to, yeah. Move this that way towards Margie. Towards that. Yes. 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 That could be. Too much blanket could be. Just let it hang. Now lift the shoulders up. Yeah. Good. And broaden here. And broaden. Yeah. Squeeze the elbows in a little. Yeah. Good. Good. Roll the inner knees just a little more forward. Yes. Good. Roll the outer hips back and down. Yes. And into the outer feet. Good. Good. Good, Susan. Inner thighs to bones. Yes. Good. Okay. Come up. Keep your hands where they are, right? Wherever they are, the wrists can come up a little. Good. Firm the waist. Now take your hands to hips, roll the shoulders back, press into your outer feet, and inhale, lift your pubic up to come up. And always, if your legs got too wide, you can toe heel in a bit, but you try not to toe heel in too much, right? So you want to be able to use your legs, and now you can bring your legs together, Samasthiti, to come up, right? Not your arms. And of course, you have to use your torso. You have to use your abdomen to lift your torso up, but you want to be rooted in your legs the whole time you're there. The whole time you're there. Strong, straight legs. Good. Okay, so now come down and fold the blanket up in half. And you might need 2 blankets or more. And then you sit on it the way I have mine, like this. Okay. And you can use more than 1 blanket. You can use multiple blankets. And have a belt handy. And then sit in Dandasana. Yeah. Yeah, Marichi. Good. So have your hands beside you and lift your chest. Good. More and more. Yes. Yes, like that. I know, it feels like so exaggerated, right? Draw the shoulder blades down. Yeah, good. Now you'll bend your right knee, so you can bring your 2 hands behind, pull the knee tendons apart to hollow the back of the knee, pull the heel close to the sitting bone, and then if it comes up on the blanket, just move yourself forward. You're trying to get your sitting bone and heel together. Hold your shin and lift up straight. So in this Marichi action, your bent knee leg moves forward. So the knee is over the toes, forward of the toes, right? But you're pushing down into that heel. So you could lift your leg up like this, right? And then your straight leg, you inject it back into your hip socket, right? So this knee forward, this leg back, right? And then but it's to find evenness, right? Because this is what will happen, and then you'll be uneven, right? So you want to stay even. Okay, now you're going to let this leg turn a little bit out to the side like Janu, and you can walk the foot a little bit out, right? And the hip, the right hip, it doesn't hang back. Come on, right? So you have to lift your right hip up and move it on the inside of the thigh, okay? Yeah, so walk this foot a little more out. Yeah, and try not to go too much into Janu, okay? Because then eventually you're gonna have to come back to here. Yeah, but go a little wider. Yeah, that'll be easier. But you roll it out a little so this hip can roll forward. And then you're gonna reach and hold the outside edge of your foot. Turn your hand down. Now, if that's not gonna work, you have the bell, okay? Yeah, use the bell. Now you can move your right foot a little more out, Margie. Yeah, more towards this outer hip. And then draw that knee in towards your shoulder, right? And then you're gonna lean back into that leg and bring your left hand to your left hip. And then extend both sides of your torso evenly and turn up towards the ceiling. Yes. Now take your left hand to your left shoulder and lift your left elbow up in line with your chest and your other arm. Bit of a back bend. Open the chest. Then you extend your arm. Yes. Good. And look at your foot. Don't let your foot do something wonky, and keep injecting the left leg into the hip socket. Draw it back, even as you bring the right knee forward and press it into your right shoulder. And don't let your left leg travel too much into the midline, right? So keep it, and then just, hold there and see if that's easier, right? And then you can work towards holding the foot. That's fine and all good. Yes. Good. Okay. Use that leg. And then okay, so you can use the rope to get there. Good, and then undo, and we'll do the other side. Okay, so extend your legs and be in Dandasana. Sit up. Yeah, because you have to train this again and again. Otherwise, your twist is going to be like this, right? Okay, and then your left leg is in Marichi, and your right leg is in Dandasana. So already move the right leg a little out to the side. Move the left leg a little out to the side. And then shift, right? So you get the knee coming over the toe, the sitting bone towards the heel. Sit up. Inject the straight leg, push the bent knee forward, lift the torso so you're even. Yes. Now to go towards the twist, right? You let this knee come out a little like Janu, Shirshasana. And then this hip has to roll on the inside of this leg. No, that's, find your hip, grab it. That's your hip. This foot has to move more out to the side. Yes, even more. The heel, yes. Now this hip, bring it in. Yes, now we're talking. Yes, it actually has to move. The whole bone and many of the bones. Yes. And then you get this arm on the inside of the knee. Then you bring the knee. You hold the outside of the right foot with your left hand or use the rope, right? Draw the left knee in. Take the torso forward towards the foot. It's a forward bend and a twist. Hold the foot if you can. And then you lift and turn. Right hand to hip, then to shoulder, then extend. Yes. Good. Beautiful. Margie, I'm coming for you. She's like, no. Take your head. Okay. Is that all right? Okay. Good. Okay. Beautiful. Good. You got it. You got it. Don't do it in your neck. Yes. Yes. Good. Yeah. Lift your chest. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Okay. See, I'd like to get you to the next stage and the next stage, but that's enough because we did it once on each side, and it's 10:49. So let us do a supported bridge and then legs up the wall, since we didn't do that on Monday. So let's just do supported bridge in the middle of the room. Okay. With the blocks, since we have them. If it's for you for some reason, then just use your blanket. Right? Take your time. You can play around with straight legs, bent legs, legs up, right? You can go to the flat height, the long skinny height, the 2 flat blocks or 2 blocks side to side. You can explore taking your legs up, however you want, okay? And I'll come and help, but don't strain yourself. That's the main thing. So stay there for a moment, Joanna. Stay there. Bend your elbows, lift your chest, and roll your shoulders under. Maintain the lift of the chest like bridge. Shoulders down, though. Yeah? Yes. Now, stay there. Move the block more towards your tailbone. It's too much in your lower back. It shouldn't be in your lower back. It should be on your sacrum, the bone. Yes. More there. Yes. Yeah. And don't reach your arms like that. Forget that. Because this is a relaxing, like supported. But what you do want to do is do this spread. Okay. And then this part has to. So that's how you do bridge. And this has to stay lifted, right? That's the important thing.
Just this part stays lifted. That way, but
Well, it's here that you're a little like tight, and so you shove this out, and that's not it. It's here. It's here. It's here. Upper back. Now, can you stay lifted here and widen this? So you have 3 parts. You have this part, you have this part, and you have this part. You have to separate them. I know. Right now they're like a glob of cement. So we're trying to separate them. So you have more, you don't have to use your legs. It's supported, right? So you can pay attention to other things. And part of it is relief. Yeah. Lift your hips down. And let your pelvis go this way. Yeah. There you go. How's that for you? Look into your heart, not up into your brain. Soften your eyes and throat and breathe. I think this is enough for you, just here. So you can start to feel the shape and figure out how to move your body differently, because it's sort of always in one shape, This is a different shape. Yeah, don't extend, just relax. Yeah, there's nothing to do there. Those arms don't have a job right now. This is a bit of a job here, but you maintain this and don't harden. Don't harden anything. Just breathe and observe this and this. They go together, right? So let these release and spread, not just if you want to go this way. So the diaphragm is spreading. Yeah. Good. Then you can take it up a notch if you want. Good. So you can maybe start to come down when you feel ready and extend the legs if you want to do that. Either you can take your legs up or you can extend your legs at whatever height you're at or go down and extend. You can play, but maybe another 2 minutes and then we'll take the legs up the wall. Okay. Now, push into your feet, engage your butt and legs, and lift your hips high. Right now, lower down again, slowly. Okay. Now, is that in good position? Okay. So the thighs in internal rotation a little bit. Good. Now, once again, you bend your elbows, lift your chest, and roll your shoulders under. Roll the shoulder blades under, towards each other, under your back. Okay. Yes. So, but keep them under. So it's like you keep bringing your shoulders this way. You want your shoulders to be here in bridge. Yes, sister, and maintain that. Feel how that lifts the chest? Just like we did in the beginning with chest opener, this thing, right? It's the same idea here, but you just have to adjust and then kind of relax. Yeah. Good, Simon. And for when you do that one, you might want to move the block a little closer to the tailbone, you know, also. You can see what works best, but if you move it more towards the tailbone, it's going to open up more of the front of the groin, less the top of the pelvis. Right? Yeah. You see how it's different? Yeah. Hi, Joni. Okay. And then when you feel like you're ready, then you can come out of that, take a couple of breaths with your buttocks on the ground, and then you can take legs up the wall as you like. Okay. Or you could do, you know, something more dramatic if you have that in mind. But I think we had enough. Or you may just want to rest in Shavasana and forget legs up the wall. And that's also fine. Like I can't be bothered to move anymore. So that's also fine. That means that's what you should do. Yeah. And if you're still happy exploring bridge, you can continue doing that too. Human chi machine. Okay, that was a little. So then let your arms, move your stuff a little so your arms can be comfortable out to the sides. Yeah. And next time, it's always good to take off your watch. Just going to constrict. And it's not going to tell you did anything. Okay. Relax your feet. Yeah, don't harden your feet. This is your relaxation. Okay. But you can roll your shoulders under again a little bit and then relax once you've done it. Let the neck lengthen at the back. Soften the front of the throat down. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Let this roll this way and then this way and down that way. I release. Yeah. This is good. Right here. I know it's a rib, but still.
Try to roll it back. Back on you.
Lift your head and down. Okay. Comfortable? And if you want to do, you can do Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Yeah, go ahead, all the way down. Yep, you can do that. That's kind of nice and refreshing too. You can do any variations you like. You want. Take a little deeper breath. And begin to awaken your body. And take your time and move mindfully. And transition to your side for a few breaths when you're ready. And then when you're ready, you can make your way to sitting. Take your time. And then sit well and observe your seat. Take a few breaths there. And our closing chant, Om response. You can take the prayer position if you like. We'll chant Om together. Take a deep breath in and out. And then inhale deeply for Om. Om. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take a little deeper breath, and then as you exhale, release your head over forward, chin towards your chest. Release your hands down to your thighs and pause for a few breaths. Once again, bowing your head to your heart. And stay in your heart center. And with your eyes closed on an inhale, curl up the back of your head. Keep your eyes closed and bring your eyes to the back of your head and drop down into your heart center again. And imagine that you're seeing, feeling, sensing all from your heart center. And allow your eyelids to gently open. Namaste. Thank you. Enjoy the day. It's warm. Spring is in the air. The birdies are everywhere.